We've just checked into this amazing house at the top of a mountain overlooking San Diego and the Pacific Ocean, making this our 5th luxury stay in a row for less than $1 a day.
We're really excited about this location.
I mean, look at these views.
As with any great adventure, before we could be here, we had to be there.
We're Henry and Perry, and since the beginning of our relationship, when we're not making films...
Who are these people?
You lied?
So that's not a no.
Or working on one of our shows...
Give one kid a Hollywood name and y'all can bet God's punishment's gonna be making that one gay.
But as a couple, we've been obsessed with exploring the world together, discovering ways to experience luxury travel for as little money as possible. And our passion for luxury travel helped us to crack the secret to staying in the most extraordinary of places, often for less than $1 a day.
Recently, we decided we could work from anywhere in the world.
So we're putting our travel tricks to the test and living the Luxe life on the road full time.
And we want you to be part of our adventure. So come join us.
We're H&P, the Luxe Vagabonds.
So hold on to your hats, because here's how fast we wish that has gone.
So, here we are. It is Thursday. We have a truck coming on Sunday to get some of our stuff out. And then on Tuesday, the real movers come. And then you have 2 days to try to put this place back to normal. I just keep reminding myself in all this hell of packing that we are soon going to be on the road. But look at the unfun that I am having. Our beautiful home, all of our beautiful things, all just being put away, running out of space, walls that are empty. So it's crazy.
Oh, Henry, you have no idea how crazy it's going to get.
But I just keep reminding myself it's going to be over soon.
Not soon enough.
Just I hope I can get all this stuff packed because Perry's working as usual.
Poor bastard has no idea what's about to happen in 2 days.
So we are in the midst of packing for our move, and here's a little something I found. This is not all. This is a portion of my work doing the GMAT. And here I am, 6 years later, done with the degrees. So, fun stuff. Tossing most of it out.
So we are in the car now. It is sort of day one of this, 5-day move process?
Yeah, hold on there, Sparky. While we were blissfully unaware of what was going to happen to us later that night, the Sunday before the move was actually a really exciting day for us because we were going to see our storage unit for the first time. Now, I know, storage unit, that's not that exciting, but for us, seeing where all of our stuff was going to live while we were out on the road was making this whole adventure of being a luxury vagabond a reality. And of course, for my husband with the engineering mind, it also was going to show us whether it was enough space or if we needed potentially more units.
This particular move is the first time we're moving all of our stuff into a contained storage unit and going on the road for a year and share our Luxe Vagabond lives.
Spoiler alert, guess where this is going. But on this Sunday morning, we were fine with even the possibility that we were going to have to pay for more storage space than we had planned on. And I would say this is probably one of those times that I'm really glad I'm not psychic and did not know what was coming that night.
We are injured. The police have been called. 911's been called.
But before we got to the event that would put everything else into perspective for us, the moving gods had another kind of drama in mind. Okay, H&P, carry on and enjoy a few more hours of blissful ignorance.
So we're going to pick up our first truck. We've decided to do 3 trucks. So we're picking up a 26-foot truck today to get out all of our breakable stuff, et cetera, et cetera. Then we're getting another truck tomorrow, and then the movers come on Tuesday.
I probably should explain the need for several trucks for the week of our move. It wasn't that we weren't on top of things or organized. It was a combination of timing and how incredibly busy we'd been up until the week of the move, but also because there'd been a slight difference of opinion between Perry and I about what we were going to do with our furniture. He was of the mindset that we should try to sell as much as we could of the stuff that we had bought in the last few years and only store the stuff that was really special to us and just get rid of the rest. I, on the other hand, was in a slightly different mindset about it.
Henry's philosophy on life is, he who has the most stuff wins.
I did eventually come around to his way of thinking, but in the beginning, when we were first getting ready for the move, I just couldn't bring myself to list all the things that we probably could have easily sold if I had just gotten around to it a little bit earlier.
Okay, so the first step is almost done. So U-Haul was not anywhere near as easy as they said it was going to be. It's supposed to be fully contactless. You show up, you skip the line, you put it all in, and out you go with your truck. Instead, you get there. And the U-Haul guy's honking at me, telling me to move, move, move. So horrible experience. This is like a 0 stars for U-Haul on this. Hopefully the truck will work fine. But yeah, thumbs way down on that.
Okay, so we are now going to see the storage unit for the first time. We don't know how much taping we can do inside, so we will see.
Enjoy the last view of the back of our car. In less than 12 hours, it'll be gone.
I'm in the U-Haul.
Right, so I am leaving the U-Haul where I've just dropped Henry off.
I have driven a bajillion moving trucks. I think I did 22 moves in my 20s, and not even my whole 20s, like just the early 20s. The biggest hassle are the that are on the road with you.
And in less than 10 hours, you'll be having a first-hand experience with one of them. Maybe I am psychic.
I told Perry we should be talking about what we are feeling about this moment in time.
So now that I'm on the highway, a little bit less thinking I have to do, I wanted to throw out there and reiterate and share what we're in the process of. We are moving out of our LA apartment. The day job I have outside of being a filmmaker right now, I've been fully remote, so that was a determining factor. We also So we're just taking all these things into consideration, and we know that we want to have a home base of some kind here as filmmakers, but we don't need it to be our primary home base.
God, I hope all our stuff is gonna fit. The storage unit does not look huge. Compared to how it felt like when we measured it out in the house, we're like, oh my God, it's huge. And then you stand in the space, it's like, ugh.
This particular move is the first time we're moving all of our stuff into a contained storage unit. So we are putting it all away and going on the road for a year, as you know, which is part of the reason why you're probably watching us and watching this. So we wanted to document this process quickly and share our Luxe Vagabond lives.
Now we got this. I'm in a freaking truck. Chill out. That's the worst part about driving a U-Haul. It's not the actual truck itself. It's the people who are like, it's almost like they've got a death wish on you and themselves. This is a big truck. This could cause you some damage. You should probably just maybe not drive like it.
Meanwhile, I'm back at home continuing to deconstruct and pack.
So I'm obsessed with watching fail videos. And I especially love the fail truck videos where people drive their trucks under overpasses and shear the tops off of them. And all of a sudden now I'm like, ooh, am I going to be making a video like that? Am I going to be the next entry in the shave the top off your rental truck?
As I started the last leg of the trip back home, I started to think about how much easier this whole week might have been if I had only just gotten around to selling some of the stuff. Oh, and do me this one little favor. Do not, whatever you do, ever tell my husband that I actually admitted that he was right. You don't want to do that with a lawyer.
I wish I could be buying my stuff, our stuff.
Oops.
It's so funny, I do that all the time by mistake, saying my. Perry always Howard. Perry has a really interesting little trick he does that he's been doing our whole relationship. Whenever there's something he wants me to do, he will always phrase it as, we should make sure that when we go to the grocery store, we should make sure that we contact such and such about such and such. And it always translates to, can you put this on your list? But I love that about him. I love that he's always in a we place. And I am too in my heart, but I think probably because I'm the little Perry and I was single for so long that I've just gotten used to saying my things, my this, my boxes.
Do better.
Once I got back home, we worked really efficiently together. We are a great team. We actually enjoy working together.
Brett, Y with Max, take 4.
figure that out.
All right.
And sure, we bicker like every couple does, which we're not gonna hide from you on this channel.
Oh, I see perfectly fine that you're in the frame. This is a square, this is a rectangle. I'm gonna see more here.
But I have heard that bickering is actually a sign that a couple is passionate about things. And let's face it, the bickering is never about anything important, and often we'll go back and laugh about how silly an argument was. Tell us in the comments, what were the most ridiculous arguments you ever had with your partner? And we'll be sure to share a laugh or two about some of the ridiculous arguments that I am sure we will have now that we have set out on this journey. Anyway, things went really, really well that day. We got the truck fully loaded, we got it over to the storage unit and unloaded within 5 minutes of the place closing. Granted, it was on the wrong side of the 5 minutes, and we did get a little warning not to leave the storage place late again. But we thought, if that's the worst thing that's gonna happen, we're doing great. And then on the way home, this happened.
911, what is your emergency?
We just had a massive accident. There's 4 or 5 cars involved. We don't know what happened. All we know is we got hit from behind.
We got into a car accident last night. We spent the entire morning today getting a rental car, setting up the tow truck for what we think is going to be some very costly damages. Thankfully, throughout most of this, we have had very, very, very helpful people. My supervisor is just incredible in terms of making sure that I'm taking care of myself and doing what I need to do to keep life sort of moving. Just a lot going on right now.
Suffice it to say, it put a huge wrench in the works, but let's skip over that for now and amp up the rest of this move so we can get on with the Luxe Vagabond part.
We just got done with Big Day of the Movers, and what you see here is a 10 by 20 storage unit. We have another unit upstairs.
To the brim.
Our movers were amazing.
Yes, you're moving.
They're amazing. You need somebody in Los Angeles pure moving. We are not endorsed by them. We just have loved the experience. They've been amazing.
Lesson number 1, how to make your move even more complicated. You get yourself a nice salad kit. You get yourself a bowl. And the avocado comes in a little package. And as you're squeezing it out into your salad bowl, you push too hard and your hand slips. And salad everywhere. What a mess.
Since our channel is supposed to be about celebrating the luxury lifestyle that we were just a day away from, we're going to spare you the details of the final day. But let's just say that by the time we got to our last morning in the apartment, the accident had made it impossible for us to do any of the things that we had saved for those last few days, and we had to hire out at the last minute, at the end of the month, in Los Angeles. You can imagine how that went, and why you're about to see me in a state that I never dreamed I would actually make public. But it's real, so here it is.
As much as we don't like the owners of this place, I will say I wish good luck and many blessings to people who move in. This was a beautiful home that we really beautiful. I worked so hard to make it beautiful during law school and business school, and it's sad to leave it for that. So I wish many blessings on whoever takes it, and I hope it brings them great prosperity and love. Now I want to leave.
But about 14 hours and 3 storage units later, we were finally about to get on the road.
I'm about to drop off the keys. What's funny is it looks like a doggy doo-doo bag, and it's kind of how we feel about this place, so here you go. Here's your deposit bag.
So we just had the great experience of forgetting to put a set of the keys into
No. Say that we had our goodbye. We came out, we said goodbye, we were ready, we had finished it, we were done, and we were coming out of here. And what does Perry say?
Perry says, I'm so sorry. We had to turn in like 5 different sets of keys, and I forgot one of them. So we turn around, we go to turn the keys that I forgot back in, and we give them to security. And after we do, he's like, okay, have a great night. And we're like, oh, can we get in? And he's like, oh, no, you can back up.
You can back up. You can. Typical of that. Yeah, you don't belong here anymore.
All right,
Please
okay.
back.
Goodness gracious.
Shall we mention that my husband, the MBA, JD MBA, never misses details ever. So this
That
is
just
how
goes to show
tired
you how
and
tired
burned out we are.
we were up at 5, 6. What time
Oh my
this morning?
God,
It's
I
now
don't know.
10. We've been running nonstop since.
I was up all night. I could barely sleep.
We stopped for lunch because my supervisor at UCLA is amazing
Oh my God,
and
she's incredible.
sent us food to make sure we ate that. But that was the only
She
meal
sent
we
us
had
food
today.
every day.
She did.
She's been amazing. I don't know that we would have eaten if it weren't for Marjorie.
Yes, absolutely.
We are Luxe Vagabonds. We are actually now Vagabonds. We are going to our first beautiful location in Palm Springs. We will be in the hot tub of the pool tonight for sure, drinking wine under the moon, and very excited to share it all with you soon.
Next time on Luxe Vagabonds. See how we started our Luxe Vagabond life in Palm Springs, living the luxury life for less than $1 a day.
How adorable is my husband out there? My little stress monkey, enjoying his inner peace. Hey, it is cocktail hour, and we are going to make our absolute favorite cocktail.
So we're here to tell you on the other side of it, as we're sitting here in this beautiful hot tub, in this beautiful paradise, that 4 days ago we didn't think it was going to happen, and yet it did. So always keep the faith. Always remember that the sun is going to rise, the sun is going to set, the 24 hours are going to keep going. The time will pass, and you will eventually get to where you want to be.
It doesn't get any better than that.
Smash the like button! Smash the like button! Smash it, smash it, smash it, smash it, smash! The like button! Torturing my husband for your likes. Smash it!
It touches me and it loses it.
Go, no, please, do that. Do that,
The actual word.
Hold on to your hat.
No, I was in the middle of adjusting. Oh, the hair. Ew.
There's gonna be a whole episode about hair. Ooh.
Awful. My God, Charlie, help me. I don't even know which of the cameras is the right one to look at.
I know, you're doing great.
What?
Scary. And since the beginning of our relationship, we have been really doing it.
I'm sure we have.
Who wrote these lines?